We're just about ready to go. Welcome back to San Antonio. First matchup of the young season between the two teams that have dominated NBA titles in recent years. Same backcourt for the Lakers. The only change for the Lakers due to the injury to Kwame Brown. Brian Cook coming off 17 2 games ago, 14 last game, and Phil Jackson. Unfortunately, back on the bench for the Lakers. Disappointed, as he mentioned, over the last couple of games with the slow starts. Parker, Ginóbili in the backcourt, and our Southwest Airlines starting five. Bowen, Nesterovic, and Tim Duncan. First team All-NBA each of his seasons in the league so far. Chris Mim back home, and not a bad start, Chris. Grew up about 75 minutes away in Austin.
I guess that means they won't go 6 minutes and 16 seconds without scoring a point to start the game. They may get into a drought, but they've already started the game with 2 points.
So Chris Mim backing down to Nesterovic, getting a good look. Now Parker inside. Too easy a one against Bush Parker.
I mean, wait a minute. How tall is Parker again?
6'4", 6'1", 6'2".
No.
And Smush, who's 6'4".
Yeah, I was going to say. Parker's not 6'4".
Right.
And he posted up?
Right.
Come on.
Chris Mim again asking for it.
Well, if you can hurt him from the inside to start the game, that's not a bad idea.
Kobe on the follow-up. And Nesterovic with the rebound to keep it away from Lamar. Oh, they get Duncan running. They're a dangerous team in the transition. Lakers and Spurs tied at 2. And Parker all the way, kicking it for Bowen.
Dribble penetration again, that gets your defense in all kind of difficulties because you have to help. Then you're in a position where you're helping and trying to recover, and that's all.
Well, Lamar Odom's going to match up early with Ginóbili. At least Ginóbili on him defensively, where there's a size advantage. Mim left the spot, Cook threw it anyway. Turnover for the Lakers. Parker all the way to the rack. The spin, the English, 6'2". Well, you talked about dribble penetration at the outset of the telecast. It's hurting the Lakers already.
Well, in transition like that, you can understand how a guard can get in there, but when you have your defense set, you can't allow it.
Kobe, a little bit long, snatched by Duncan with one hand. Parker, 2 on 3.
This is to Duncan's liking, where he doesn't have to do a whole lot. He can just get the rebound, pitch it out, let them take care of business. He's not about individual things.
Nesterovic got away for the rebound and capitalizes. Horrible beginning. 8-2. Lakers down by 6 after they scored the first 2 points of the game.
Well, 8-0 run by the Spurs. You know, and Chris tried to block the shot by Nesterovic, and I've said it many times. You generally jump after the offensive player, so if he's looking to hit the ground and go after the rebound, he's in a good position to get it.
Bowen, we knew that was going to be a key matchup coming in. Now the mid-range game for Lamar. No, he'll back it out. Cookie for the 20-footer. And Bowen with the rebound. So the dry spell continues for the Lakers.
Well, if Ginóbili is going to guard Lamar Odom, I still say Lamar can't work off the dribble against him. He's got to take him down to the box and utilize his height advantage as the Spurs continue their onslaught. This time it's Duncan on the inside.
They're 5 of 6 from the field, leading 10-2. Now Lamar had the position, and they went the other way. Chris Mim, he's got the first 4 for the Lakers. They're down by 6, but you're right. Yeah. And the Lakers recognized it, but they didn't go to Lamar that time.
Lamar did the right thing that time. He took Ginóbili right to the box and was getting ready to overpower him, but they just didn't deliver the pass.
Now the ball taken away. Kobe read the pass by Parker perfectly. Points off a turnover. Kobe splits it. He goes through. Kobe aggressively into the rack.
Well, that's the difficulty in transition. I don't care who they are. It's very tough to stop penetration in transition.
Bowen. And a beautiful pass by Duncan. Somebody had to be open in the double on Duncan, and he found Nesterovic on the cut.
Nice dive by Nesterovic. Just when your man turns his head, go to the front of the rim.
Smush Parker, tough. A lot of contact from Parker before the shot, and that's Tony Parker. 12-8. They're letting him play.
Almost an offensive foul by Smush that time, but got away with using that left arm and made a very difficult shot.
May have been. Nesterovic got away from him. Well, you can't be flat-footed. The high post to the low post, and a good pounce entry again. 2 assists early for Tim Duncan.
Well, the Spurs come out of the gate in a hurry, and you could understand why they would.
More turnovers. 3 on 2. Ginóbili off the window. And everything, at least in the paint, are right next to the paint for San Antonio. They have hit 8 of 9 to start, lead at 16-8. Lamar finding Mim, and he's fouled from behind by Nesterovic.
There's an example of dribble penetration by the Lakers. This time it's not a point guard or a guard, it's Lamar Odom. with the dribble penetration and opened it up for Chris Mims. So the foul's called on Tim Duncan on the help situation as Chris takes it up, gets fouled. Mims going to the line for the team's first 2 free throws of the night.
Yeah, they gave it to Nesterovic. We'd like to say Duncan.
Yeah, really.
But the first is on Nesterovic. Chris Mims. Yeah, the Lakers had problems with the free throw line in their last game, and in a close game, you can't miss that many, and the Lakers did. Last game, the Lakers 27 of 38.
I talked about the Spurs getting off to a quick start. I kind of had a feeling they'd come out real aggressive. They lost their last game that they played right here. You never want to play a real good team after they've lost a game. You'd rather play them after they've won a game, not after they've lost, because their focus is really intense after a loss.
That was their first loss at home this year. It snapped a string of 15 consecutive wins here for the Spurs at the SBC Center. It was 106-99, and they had too much time to think about it. It happened on Friday night. Parker smacked away by Smush Parker. Tony's hurt in the right hand. Kobe hard to the hole, and it's blocked away. Kobe thought there was a foul. They go the other way. Ginóbili with a block. Parker taken away, but right to Ginóbili. Smush got the knockaway, but Ginóbili on the trail. They have the numbers. And now the biggest lead of the game, Spurs by 10, 18-8.
Well, the Lakers can't get in an up-tempo game with this team. One, they're too deep, so they can go to their bench and really not miss a beat. But two, the Lakers have to execute. You have to run your offense, control the tempo in that manner.
Shot clock deep on Chris Mims. Well, Kobe's going to have to go up with it. He will over Nesterovic. And Tim Duncan with the board.
Well, I like the way Duncan goes up for rebounds. Rarely do you see him get a rebound with one hand. He's always going after with two.
Ginóbili. And now it's getting away early. Fortunately, it is early, though. Almost halfway through the first quarter. San Antonio by 13. They've got to cool off. They're 10 of 12 from the field. Cooked up to a long 2.
Well, the problem with them cooling off is they get such a big cushion. They can afford to cool off because they're going to have such a lead here. And the Lakers don't have enough offensive firepower to come back off of big deficits.
Man, a timeout called by San Antonio.
Who takes the first timeout? Popovich. Doesn't like what he sees out there or something, but he sure did call it at exactly halfway through the first 12 minutes. It's the Spurs on top and on top big. They're hurting the Lakers everywhere, especially Ginóbili from behind the arc. Just a number of ways that the Spurs do it.
Exactly what the Lakers needed, a slow beginning. They're down 21-8. Joining us now, third member of our team, John Ireland. John?
Joel, and the difference between San Antonio last year when they won the championship and this year's new team is that they're even deeper. You saw what they did with the starting lineup. Now comes the second wave. Michael Finley, the big free agent pickup they had in the offseason, is set to come in. They also have former Laker Nick Van Exel on the bench. And something else to keep an eye on, guys, New Jersey was very lopsided in points in the paint the other night against the Lakers. So far tonight, San Antonio controlling that area. Back to you.
All right, John, and it was dribble penetration. It wasn't like post players making the difference in points to the paint. Duncan missing. That's only their third miss on their 13th attempt. 10 of 13 to start the game.
Let's see if they can get the ball into Duncan's hands more. Maybe he's going to be the guy the Lakers are going to have to rely on to miss.
Smush Parker forced it and commits the foul.
Smush missed a shot pretty badly on that attempt and tried to get it back in haste. And as it so often happens, when you do that, you pick up the foul. As he's whistled and the ball out of bounds as Robert Horry makes an early appearance, although he has been playing a lot of minutes to start the season.
Now Robert on the floor, along with Michael Finley, Bruce Bowen, Duncan, and Parker. And Robert, of course, winning 3 rings with the Lakers, coupled with the Rockets last year with the Spurs. And Michael Finley. I think you better account for a guy that's scored as many points in his career as Finley has for Dallas, former first-round pick of Phoenix.
But they're just, right now, they're scoring way too easy. Since the start of the game, they've scored real easy hoops, and the Lakers have to make them work a little harder.
Now, on the follow-over, Duncan knocked out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Lamar Odom. So the Lakers from the field, 4 of 12 compared to 11 of 14.
That was good defense, though, by Tim Duncan. He read what Chris Mims liked to do, forced him into it, and then challenged the shot, and the air ball ensued.
23-year-old Tony Parker. That's the tough part. He's only 23. In his 5th season with the basketball. Movement off the ball by Finley. She waits for Duncan pick. Wanted to go back that way. Parker finding Duncan. And again, a great look. Close was late. All of their shots close to the basket except for one, and that's Ginóbili, as Luke Walton's on the floor for the Lakers.
And again, when you get dribble penetration, the defense gets sucked in, and then they just pitch it out, and then you're in a trying to help and recover. It's difficult to do that at this level.
Kobe over Bowen. That's not close. Lamar Odom, the up fake. He's too hard off the window, and Duncan leads the charge. Duncan behind his back. Good move. Kobe forced him into that turnover.
That's why you don't like to see 7-footers handling the ball in the break.
Beautiful pass. Smush Parker. Lamar Odom on the finish. And Parker again. Tony Parker easily could have a couple of fouls already. They're letting him play. It's 25-10. Hope they let him play all night then.
Lakers need to just make a stand here. Try to get their defense in order. That's going to have to be what gets them back in the game as Smush Parker picks up his second foul. So he's headed to the pine.
So 2 with 3:48 to play for Smush. And for the Lakers, it is their second team foul. Now Sasha into the game. So Vujacic in very early, out of necessity for the Lakers. Let's see if they can slow down the Spurs and especially get into the basket to set up wide open looks. Finley, a contested one that time. And the rebound off the hands of Walton, but he was fouled from behind, so they let it go to the Lakers. Lakers will keep it. Robert Horry on his back.
A rare miss by the Spurs. See if the Lakers can convert it.
Smart play. Now can Mim get it. Chris is off. And set up beautifully, though, by Lamar Odom. Lamar with the dribble penetration. I'd like to see Lamar, though, pull up and take that mid-range 8-10 footer they've been talking about.
You know, the drive and kick is good, but you really want guys that are adept at taking the jumpers that much. And Chris, you know, although he makes that shot occasionally, that's not his bread and butter where he's stepping out 15 feet and taking shots.
Deficit is now 17. The entry for Lamar Odom. Man, Duncan just held his ground.
And if you hold your ground and the offense initiates the contact, the whistle will not sound generally.
Luke Walton gets a foul. And Lamar was upset, but Duncan didn't do anything but put his hands up into the air. Got to stay with it.
Well, timeout on the floor, 2:57 to go, and the Lakers find themselves in a massive hole already. The Spurs have jumped out. Bruce Bowen, known as a defender, is showing that, look, I can score as well.
Ask Stu.
Hey Stu, my name is Q from Lansing, Michigan. Tell me, who's your top 3 coaches of all time?
Wow, you really asked the tough questions tonight. The top 3 coaches. Well, since I'm a guy that believes in winning, obviously, I think winning coaches are good coaches. But at the same time, you can be a great coach and not have the material to work with, and you're not going to win. Thus, that makes that question a very, very difficult question to answer. But there have been a number of good coaches, in my estimation, in the NBA throughout my time of watching and playing in the NBA. So to try to limit that to 2 or 3 or 1 or 2 would be very, very difficult. But suffice it to say, those that find their teams playing and winning their last game of the year in June, those are coaches that obviously must be pretty good.
Okay, so you're going to dodge the question completely.
Well, I mean, it's a tough one. I mean, because there are coaches that, you know, haven't won a championship, but because they haven't won doesn't mean they weren't great coaches. Popovich is, I think, a great coach. Would he be in the top 3? Wow. I mean, you've got Red Auerbach with, you know, 14 or 9 titles. Phil Jackson's got 9 titles. Pat Riley's got a handful. So when you start looking at it from that perspective, that's the way you measure them. And you'd have to be around every coach to see really what they knew X and O wise and theory wise to make that assessment.
Well, we just found out how you slow down the Spurs. Put them at the free throw line. Parker missed 2. And that's after a 15-2 run as Lamar kicks it for Sasha's long 2. And that's the way it's been for the Lakers, even when they get a decent look. Spins out 27-10. Lakers now 5 of 18, 28%. Spurs 13 of 17.
See, that's too far to have to come. even though he missed the shot, that's way too far for Luke Walton to have to help and recover to a three-point shooter.
Target practice, and they'll call the loose ball foul on Luke Walton.
Yeah, he walked Robert Horry under the basket, trying to box him out. He just kept walking him. Robert finally jumps and gets the rebound, and they call the foul on Luke.
Yeah,
2:19 to play, and the Lakers sitting on their magic number for the first quarter.
Right.
10.
Well, Kobe is 1 for 6, and we talked about Bowen. Man, one of the key matchups.
The domination on the backboards is going to be in favor of the Spurs because they're not missing shots, and the Lakers are. So there's a lot more rebounds to be had by the San Antonio Spurs.
Good box out off the miss by Parker. Brian Cook with the rebound. Lamar gets a pick from Cook. Inside he goes. Too much spin, but he follows his own and makes it. Makes the most of the opportunity, 27-12, and it's going to be a delay of game on Lamar.
That's the frustration that Lamar has shown on the last couple of plays where he's felt like he's gotten fouled and no whistle. That time he went in, thought he got fouled, but he stayed right with it, rebounded his own miss and put it back in. That's the way you have to play.
Parker right into Cook, and they're going to say Cook slid over.
And the reason they're going to say he slid over is because Parker at the last minute slid to his left and got a piece of, or got the right shoulder of Brian Cook. If you're going a straight line, that would have been an offensive foul, obviously. But because he slid, it turned it into a block.
So the Lakers out of fouls. Parker shoots 2. Spurs on top, 27-12. And let's pause for an update.
Dr. Phil here. Enjoy the game tonight. But when the Lakers aren't playing, join me for an all-new episode of Dr. Phil right here on KCAL 9 at 7.
All right, no wise comments about who needs Dr. Phil right now. Minute 49 to play.
Me.
That's the collective. Lakers down 29-12. They had some decent looks, but defense, that's a different story.
Well, the one thing is that 29 points is way too many.
Right, to give up. Right, defensively.
A minute and a half left to go here in the first quarter. And the Spurs are looking to add to that after the turnover by Kobe.
Yeah, that was with Ginóbili on him, not Bowen that time. Parker off the pick, up against Sasha. Man, throws it away. It'll be over and back. Finley touched it first.
Finley didn't have a choice because Kobe was coming at a high rate. And if Finley didn't get to the ball and touch it, Kobe was going to pick it up and be in transition as another new Spur checks into the game. Nick the Quick Van Exel, who had 15 points on Friday against the Bulls in only 20 minutes. And again, one of those new faces that they're working into the rotation. This team at the end of the year is going to be something.
It is easy to attract. Brian Cook goes up for the long 2, tracked down by Sasha. Easy to attract a Van Exel and a Finley when you've already got a Duncan down there who's still only 29 years old. They want to play here. Lamar Odom hard to the hole, and he's fouled that time. Good first step on Lamar.
Well, good read by the Lakers. Lamar Odom flashed it to high post there, got the pass, and while on the move, just continued on and got fouled. So he'll get his first 2 of the evening as Michael Finley reaching in, slaps him on the arm. Easy call that time. If Lamar hadn't got that one, I think even Lamar would have hit it for the show.
Well, Lamar has been working on his free throws. He said it's like the PGA Tour guys. If you don't practice your putting, you don't make them. And too often NBA players don't practice their free throws. And he stayed after practice the last few days.
If they're not working on their free throws, I'm kicking them out to June.
And Lamar misses the second. So the Lakers are down 29-13. Ginóbili. Lamar picked off. He's got Walton down. Final minute of the first quarter. Ginóbili spotting up. Won't be close. And Robert Horry tapped it. That's the length of Robert away from Lamar, who finally came up with it. Now Sasha thought about it. Quick entry. Kobe on the follow-away. Beautiful stroke. Lakers back within 14, and it could be a 2-for-1. Let's see what happens on this possession for Van Exel and the Spurs.
Well, I think the Spurs will probably take a quickie, but you never know with this team, as they now look like they're just going to run their offense.
Finley contested. Man, the rebound saved by Kobe. They're going to say he's out of bounds. He says, you know, Nesterovic is allowed to put his hand on me. Now,
Well,
that threw him off balance. There's no doubt about that.
the old rule went out. You know, now it's either a foul or give the ball to the other team. They don't call the force out and give you the basketball. It's either a foul or give it to the other team.
Gives him a shove with the right hand. 9.2 to play. And on the moving pick, an even up call. That could have gone away. That was a no call.
Sasha has gotten really good at running into screens as opposed to being what I call a guy that just lays on a screen. When you see a screen coming for you, you slow down and just lay on it. Run into it, and you'll get that call quite a bit.
Final shot of the quarter. Kobe, fouled by Ginóbili, gets it anyway. What a play. Ginóbili, and I don't know if we'll have it when we come back, maybe. It looked like his hand was on the left hand of Kobe and the right hand that Kobe had on the ball.
Kobe did a great job of breaking him down, giving him that head fake, and scoring the last 2 of the quarter. The Lakers need to score a lot more, though. They trail by 12 heading into the second quarter. 29-17, the Spurs leading the Lakers at the end of the first quarter as the Lakers finally got a few hoops to end the quarter, only shooting 35%. The Spurs, they've cooled off. They're at a 57% clip, and all the numbers in favor of the Spurs, and the big number on the scoreboard. I mentioned Lakers had a few scores at the end of the quarter. Kobe's last shot, he should be sitting on the free throw line possibly, as he gave Ginóbili a nice head fake, and then Ginóbili tried to recover. Hits him right on the arm as he's in the act of shooting. No call. Kobe says, so what?
Yeah, and it happened right in front of us. And that's the only reason I mentioned that he grabbed his guide hand arm. And you could see it. It was clear. But the Lakers finish on a 7-2 run. A major improvement. Ori, boy, he had Starovich early, and it's knocked out of bounds. Belongs to the Lakers. That's a blown opportunity by a guy that doesn't normally run a 3-on-1.
Well, Roberts really should have taken the shot at the end because he had Starovich before that. But when he didn't give it then, the defense slid over, just finish the shot or finish the play yourself.
So the Lakers finish 7-2 in the quarter. Spurs miss 3 of their last 8 now. Let's see what the Lakers can do. Andrew Bynum on the floor for the first time. Sasha, a difficult one. It's going to be short. Ginóbili got to it before Brian Cook.
The ball stayed on one side of the floor again for the Lakers. Ended up with Sasha having to take the shot. You got to swing the basketball as Ron Prophet gets called for holding against Michael Finley off the ball as he was trying to utilize the screen by Robert Ori.
So we are 39 seconds into the quarter as Laurent Prophet says, I just was shadowing. I stayed in front of the man. But he gets the first team foul, his first as well in the quarter. Ginóbili to his strong side. Man, not enough spin. Bynum's got the board. Ginóbili has perfected that, though, the way he uses that little English spin. Now, Sasha thinking about it. Finds Kobe on the run. They're doubling Kobe, shadowing.
What else is new? Until the rest of the Lakers prove that they're going to be aggressive and knock down some shots, the opposition is going to continually double and triple Kobe.
After that miss, the Lakers only 32%. So when you look at the score, they're only down by 12 at 32%. That's not too bad.
Especially against a team as talented as the Spurs.
Now the big man, excellent. He had the hot hand last game in the second quarter, and they give him a 3. He had 13 points in the second quarter against the Bulls on Friday. And he puts the Spurs back up by 15.
Score is something that Nick has always been able to do, and he's one of those rare players that loves to take big shots. He won't run from a pressure shot.
Knocked out of bounds by Brian Cook after the Kobe miss. So Kobe has started the game 3 for 9. He leads the Lakers with 6. Spurs, we talked about their depth. Right now, they've got 3 off their bench starting the quarter. Only 2 starters out there. It is Starovich and Ginóbili. Finley inside, following his own. Man, Cookie comes down with it that time.
Well, transition is where the Lakers are going to have to really look to try to get some easy ones, because when you play a good half-court defensive team, you got to get your share of the easy ones.
Brian Cook on the handoff of Crawford. Hits a stone wall. Dangerous pass by Cook. And the 3 is there that time for Sasha. Well, they needed it.
Yeah, and I like it because, you know, that time again, Sasha doesn't hesitate about taking the shot. Kobe needs help on the offensive end. They can't expect him to shoot the ball every time down.
Finley tees it up. Boy, what a stroke. He's got too good a look out there after they concentrated on the penetration of Ginóbili. So Michael Finley, 32 years old, 11th year out of Wisconsin, and I think it was something like $48 million was owed on his contract. He was an amnesty guy, as Andrew Bynum thought Profit was going to run the baseline.
That's Profit's turnover there. Once you don't take 2 steps and fake me into thinking you're going back door. If you're going to go. If you don't get the ball, then go out the other side. But don't take a couple of steps and then draw the pass, and then you stop.
Sasha almost got it away from Ori. Now Ori's got the mismatch inside. Instead, it's Finley way outside. Bynum another board. So Andrew off the bench gets his 3rd rebound. Go inside quickly. Cook can't finish. Man, Ginobili's got it.
Michael Finley got hit in the right eye.
Block. Profit came over. Ginóbili looking for a foul. Didn't get the call.
Well, Kobe
what a close. And it was actually right. Kobe came over. Profit goes the other way. The incredible block by Kobe.
Oh, wow. That's the danger right there.
As Brian Cook goes 2 rows into the crowd.
Well, what's so dangerous about it, not only for the spectators, but even for Brian Cook, as he's trying to chase a loose ball. He gets to it, jumps, and doesn't quite get over the chairs, steps on one of the chairs, and that's how you really tear up a knee. Brian Cook, you are one lucky customer. Get out of the way.
Yeah, that's Tony's mom is here, and that's the
okay.
only reason we're getting our view blocked.
Well, she should at least turn
Tony
around
Parker,
and let us see her face.
Yes.
Desperate Housewives, huh?
Yes. She doesn't look very desperate to me.
Have you ever seen that show?
Never. I'm usually working Sunday nights with you. Who's got time?
Really?
And if we're not working, we're watching the League Pass, we're watching somebody else work.
Well,
8:25 to play in the half, and the Lakers down by 14 despite 1 of 6. Could be worse. 1 of 6 so far in the quarter, Stu.
Kobe goes out for his first rest, so let's see what this unit does to produce some offense. Only 1 starter, or no, make that 2 starters for the Lakers.
Van Exel, as Bynum comes down with it, a little bit long on his try. So the Lakers go with Profit. Bynum, who was available early, and it comes in too late, and a low skip.
What the problem was there, Andrew did a good job of running the court, but he really wasn't set yet. And it's better to give the big guy a chance to set his feet before you deliver him a pass, because they sometimes have difficulties hanging on to it. So you learn that as you play more with players that you haven't played with in your career.
Profit and Parker in the backcourt. Odom, Walt, Bynum downstairs for the Lakers. Brent Berry, first try of the night. Quick catch and shoot. And Bynum snatched it away from his own teammate, Lamar Odom.
Like that.
Yeah, good job on the boards for Andrew Bynum. Andrew getting position. Nesterovic held him. It'll be a hold on, how do you like that, Rasho Nesterovic? It should be at least.
And it is. Again, a nice job of Andrew Bynum. He runs down after getting the rebound, runs down, gets into the paint, and really tries to seal Rasha. And that's why Rasha had to grab a hold and pick up the foul.
Nazr Mohammed in, and boy, what a steal he was last year. But he also cost them, besides Malik Rose, they wanted to get rid of Rose's contract, 2 first-rounders in the future. She came from the Knicks. Now Lamar, quick catch and shoot. Right on line, but long. Man, it goes over to Van Exel. So the Lakers from the field still suffering at 30%. Spurs at 47%. Look out, Duncan's back on the floor. Nazr Mohammed asking for it. He's up against Andrew Bynum. They clear out that side. Got Bynum into the air easy. Andrew knows it.
And again, that's what he'll learn as he continues to get more time. When you're 7 foot plus, you don't need to go for a lot of head fakes. You just wait until they release the ball. Then you go get it. As Andrew is nice and long, wait till he goes up for the shot and shoots the ball. You're quick enough off your feet where you can affect the shot.
And especially with the length that Andrew had. We've already seen, I mean, his arms, and he's still growing as Nazr Mohammed misses the first of 2. We've seen Andrew in there for 4 or 5 minutes. He's got 2 blocks before he sits down. He's got scary length, and it's only going to get better as Kobe is back into the game. So Kobe and Lamar out there together. Those are the only 2 starters on the floor right now. Make it 3 with Smush Parker for the Lakers. That's the trade I was talking about. It was a great acquisition because did he ever play well in the second half of the season and down the playoff stretch? In fact, he played in front of Nesterovic in the postseason.
Yeah, played so well that he's now on the bench.
I think they're trying to get Nesterovic's confidence back is what it boils down to.
And when you have that kind of talent, you can do that.
Fouled by Nesterovic, or by Nazr Mohammed, who took the shot to the chops, and Kobe will go to the line. I like the activity and the aggressiveness there.
Well, Kobe just jumps right into the chest of the big guy. The big guy's sitting there saying, come on, bring it on in here. Kobe says, all right, here it comes. What can you do with it? Picks up the foul, goes to the line for a three-point opportunity as Nazr Mohammed got the worst of that deal on both ends of it, the foul and the chin.
Yeah, grabbed his chin like I didn't think I cut myself shaving. 6:59 to play. The Lakers hanging right there, down by a dozen. It's strange to say that, but when you shoot as badly as the Lakers have tonight, you're only down by a dozen. It's not all that bad.
You know, you get into a couple of stops here, make the Spurs think about some things. Maybe you can get some confidence in your own ability.
I like the minutes Bynum is getting as well tonight. Up against Mohammed. Man, Mohammed coming from under the basket to catch that one. Too close to the rim. So Andrew, at least he didn't leave his feet early. But that time, Nazr Mohammed with great position. The pick for Kobe. He walked with it. It'll be called. Mohammed helped out. Well, Parker is coming back out of the game. Van Exel will sit down. You wonder how long it's going to be before some of these guys start chirping about minutes.
Well, as long as they're winning, there won't. I don't think there'll be any chirping. Popovich is not going to stand for much chirping.
He doesn't care. That's the one thing. When you got 3 titles already in your first 9 seasons, it's thrown away.
And you know what? As a coach, I wouldn't like it, but I would expect players to talk about lack of playing time. I don't want anybody sitting on the bench happy to be sitting over there.
Content.
I want them to be wanting to play. Tell them, go out, practice, and in the games, and show me you deserve more minutes.
Tough catch now. Walton. The Lakers just trying to find a semblance of some kind of rhythm. Walton jumps it in for Andrew, and Andrew's strong over Nazr. Good recognition, though, because he could have been looking for a rebound with Luke going up.
Well, and he's learned already, I think, that when Luke goes up, Luke's going up looking to pass generally, so you have to have your hands in the ready position.
So Bynum on the board now. Mismatch, power forward, small forward. Duncan wins that one. He had Lamar on the block. You knew it was going up eventually.
Yeah, he did a good job of spinning away from where the help was coming from. He went baseline and got the roll in his favor.
Duncan's got 6, averaging almost 22 a game. Backdoor rub. Smush Parker reverses it home. Nifty play, off balance, awkward.
Very nice looking play, though, by Smush. Kept himself under control the whole time and got the easy win. And Popovich, I talked about how he's somewhat of a perfectionist, just like Phil Jackson. Wants to take a timeout and talk about it as there's 5:14 to play and the Lakers staying in contact with this red-hot Spurs team, trailing by 12.
Welcome back to San Antonio. I'm John Ireland, and if you listen to sports radio, there's going to be a new personality on the air starting Monday, and you're looking at him. Laker coach Phil Jackson told us before the game he's going to start his own show on Sirius Satellite Radio. He's going to talk about the state of the NBA and what's going on with the Lakers. Might even take a few calls. And Stu, if the Laker players on the bench aren't playing enough, they can always call the coach and ask for more playing time. But as is the case with all sports radio shows, if Phil doesn't like what they say, he can just hang up on them. Back to you.
So that's the way you treat your listeners, John. Brent Barry, too strong. Andrew Bynum on the weak side. Another rebound for Andrew.
That's a good one, John. If they call and ask him for playing time, he'll hang up on them like he does in the huddle.
Now Bynum with 5 boards. Kobe, 4 for 10 so far, working, trying to get it on the run. And Bynum after it, got it away from Duncan. Up hard, and all right. Too strong, but boy, do you like that action.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Takes the rebound away from Duncan, then tries to just hammer one. Just doesn't get it to fall. And then he's called for an over-the-back foul.
A touch foul.
Yeah, and that's a play where because the ball was thrown so high and Andrew is so tall, you can get away with that one without committing the foul. Nice rebound and tried to hammer one home and just didn't throw it straight down. Threw it back toward the rim a little bit instead of straight down. That's a very nice play working against a guy that can play a little bit.
Well, that's Dreamland, a facial on Duncan. That's what that is. Andrew getting 5s on his way over to the bench. Min takes it. Those were productive minutes for Andrew Bynum. Smush Parker almost got it away. Now Tony running the baseline. setting up his teammates as Bowen, mid-range. There's a guy who led the league, don't forget, in three-point field goal percentage. At 44% a few years ago, while he only hit 40% from the free throw line. Stranger than fiction.
He stepped in off the three-point line that time and got an easy one.
Kobe. And Duncan had something to do with that. Lamar after it. And Lamar fouled by Duncan from behind and gets the finger roll. So Lamar to the free throw line. Could pull the Lakers back to within 11.
Well, there's one thing that the Spurs coach Popovich is upset about, and that's the second chance opportunities that the Lakers are getting. Nice offensive rebound and putback by Lamar Odom, but that's because of all the attention Kobe gets. If you don't stand and become a spectator with Kobe, you're going to find yourself getting some offensive rebounds.
Lamar misses another. Boy, 1 of 3 at the free throw line for Lamar. And the Lakers, well, they missed 9 free throws in the overtime loss. So trying to stay in front of Tony Parker. A difficult proposition. Go off Duncan on the block. And he walked the basketball. He definitely took a little bunny hop, a little baby step.
But a lot of bigs do that. They catch the ball on the box, and before they even put it on the floor, they shuffle both feet. It's one of the things that I've talked to some of the officials about to try to keep an eye on is when they catch it, before they dribble it, both feet all of a sudden start moving, and that's what happened.
Kobe in rhythm off the dribble. Too strong. Lamar kept it alive. Last touch by Lamar. Now, don't forget that walk was called by Jack Neese. Tim Duncan and Jack Neese, they don't exactly exchange Christmas cards.
Why is that?
Favorites of each
Why?
other.
I don't think there's any officials that get many Christmas cards from the players.
Tim Duncan finding Barry free. And Min tapped it away. They'll say Duncan touched it last, but the Lakers might have gotten a break there.
You know, from this vantage point, I thought Duncan touched it as well.
So the Lakers only down by a dozen. Could be closer if they hit their free throws, and it's off Parker's foot. And I think it was off Smush Parker's foot. That's what I think.
Phil Jackson taking time out and wants them to execute the offense, and he's letting them know about it as they come off the floor. 3:23 to go. Lakers trying to climb that ever-present hill. The Lakers trying to cut into this 12-point advantage, 41-29. After that timeout, you rest assured they're going to run their offense.
Kobe sets up at the corner. Three is way too strong. And Nazir Muhammad with the weak side glass. Inside goes Barry. Smush thought he got in charge. Instead, no call. And Lamar gets the board.
There was too much contact for no call.
Right.
Something should have been called on that play.
Kobe isolated against Bowen. Going by Bowen. And off the window it goes. So the Lakers as close as they've been in a long time, as Kobe is now up to 11 points. And the Lakers are back within 10.
Well, you won't deter number 8 Kobe Bryant. I mean, his focus is on getting the ball in the basket.
Duncan wants Parker, who saves it, wasn't ready for the pass. They do move it pretty quickly. 3 on the shot clock. Barry goes over to Nazir Muhammad, and they got it off in time, and it's a putback for Barry. Barely got it off in time.
The Lakers did a good job of not fouling, but then when they heard the 24-second shot clock, they thought it was a violation. They stopped and let Barry just tip it in easily. You got to play till you hear a whistle. You never stop on the horn. Always play till you hear the whistle. As the shot clock winding, shot goes up. There's Barry to tip it in. A tough break for the Lakers.
So Lakers back down by a dozen, 43-31. Lakers still having problems offensively. We've talked about that. Lamar Odom bringing Duncan away, going to the glass. Smart play, got to finish. Lamar staying with it, but it comes out to Barry. So Lamar does everything right but finish.
He's had some tough luck to start the year in the paint.
Now, big break for the Lakers. Smush behind his back, and that's a terrible break because if he still is not whistled as Barry tripped him up. He'll go to the line to shoot 2, but Lamar had a dunk. He directed the tap.
That's a very, as it turned out, good foul by the Spurs, because you rather see him shoot 2 free throws than have the dunk opportunity. And as you said, Lamar was running that wing. So 2 free throws coming to Smush Parker.
They'll try to make it once again a 10-point ball game. The Lakers trailed by as many as 17 early. Coming up, Allen Massengill, James Worthy, Jack in the Box halftime report. Stay with us. Smush gets the shooter's roll. And I talked about the lack of offense. The Lakers, they started the season like defense was going to be the issue because they scored 100 or more in 3 of their first 4. But now over the last 8, only over the 100-point mark just once. So they've got to get it together.
Yeah, it would help to get the balance issue again. Smush knocks down 2 free throws. We give the Lakers a 10-point deficit here. Let's see what they can do about closing out this minute and 45 seconds.
Smush Parker now has 6 points. Tony Parker lost the basketball trying to fend off Smush, but they say Smush touched it.
Let me tell you something. There have been times when obviously Smush has been beaten off the dribble by these guards, but everybody who plays the game is going to get beat once in a while. But Smush, by and large, has done a pretty good job on the defensive end of staying with and in front of a lot of these very quick point guards.
Here's Parker, the teardrop. Man, a break for the Lakers. Lamar with a rebound. That was about 2/3 of the way down. Kobe on the run. Up against Tony Parker. Goes to the rack. The fought away baseline. Not there. Followed up. And 2 Lakers took it away from each other. Kobe gets it back away from Duncan. Numbers favor the Lakers now. Kobe with the left hand. And it'll count. Man inside the arc is Brent Barry saying he was outside of it. He picks up the blocking foul, and Kobe goes to the line looking for the 3-point play. All of a sudden, it is down to 8.
And again, Kobe did a good job of jumping a little bit to his left. Duncan thinks he's on the way. There comes Kobe, and then when he takes off, slides to his left, gets the left-hand shot to fall, and the official calls it a block. That sends Kobe to the line for the possible 3-point play.
So Kobe's got 13, the only Laker in double figures. The good news is Lamar's got 7. He's already made 3 with 8 4s. Kobe gets it. Lakers are back within 7, believe it or not. Minute 15 to play.
See what they finish here. They forced them into a miss, and that got the Lakers going one way. Let's see if they can get a couple of stops in a row.
Alberto in for the first time. Parker too strong. Lamar's got his 9th rebound already. Final minute. Lamar on the run. Parker
Nice
the hole.
change of
Right by
pace.
Duncan. He'll lay it home.
Oh, what a
You
change
said
of
it.
pace by Lamar. He made Tim Duncan almost stand up erect. That Tim thought he was going to stop and pull it out, and then stepped on the afterburners and gets an easy one.
What a hesitation. So Lamar now up to 9 points. Lakers only down by 5. Duncan to the block against Lamar. Finding Tony Parker, long range 2. That's what you want. And Mim almost tapped it away, but it went over the head of Walton. A repost.
See, you see Tony Parker has missed a couple of shots from the perimeter. I mean, missed them badly.
Smush Parker got his hand on that entry. Lakers to play for the final shot. Do you believe the final 2.5, 3 minutes of this half?
I was talking about Parker. That's the guy now you're going to leave open on your double teams. Make him beat you from the perimeter. Make him make a shot before you run at him and let him beat you off the dribble.
Kobe isolated, puts it off real quick. Bruce Bowen. Lakers will keep it 2.9 to play. Lakers right now over the last 3:45 on an 11-2 run, and they'll take their final 20 of the half. They can't take it with them.
Yeah, that's exactly right. 2.9 to play, and you've got to 20. You might as well use it. Can the Lakers get the final deuce of the first half?
What kind of look is it going to be for the Lakers, and can they add to this spurt that we were talking about, Stu?
I'll tell you what kind of look it's going to be as they're trying to finish off an 11-2 run here with another deuce. It's going to be a quick catch and only one dribble, probably before you have to look to pull up. And it'll probably be in the hands of number 8.
It'll come in instead to Smush. Long 3 in the buzzer. Short. And in. Battling Alberto couldn't come up with it.
Well, the Lakers did a pretty good job of ending that quarter, obviously, as they trail only now by 5.
Well, after trailing early in the game by 17, 43-38 Spurs sounds pretty good. Now let's join Alan Massengale, James Worthy for the Jack in the Box halftime report. Welcome back once again to a sold-out SBC Center. As the Spurs led by as many as 17, but at the break, the Lakers trail by only 5, 40-38. Welcome back once again. Joel Myers along with Stu Lance. It was ugly early. Lakers were down by 17. They got hit with a couple of early haymakers, but we talked about the penetration of Parker and Ginóbili, and the Lakers definitely adjusted because those two were not as bad as we thought after the start of the game. In fact, they were only 5 of 13 combined in the first 24 minutes.
Not a lot of production stat-wise by their backcourt in that regard, but good balance by their overall team. Their 5 starters, 4 guys have 6 points, and their leader has 7. So that's great balance. Thus, they've got themselves a pretty good basketball team. But you know what the Lakers need to do? They need to still play with that same passion that they finished the half with. Kobe with a steal and a 3-point play was part of that. Lamar Odom aggressive on the offensive end. Made only 4 out of 10 shots, but the key is he took 10 shots. You know you can't make them if you don't take them. For the Spurs, we talked about Parker and Ginóbili with their dribble penetration. They did it early, but toward the end of the half, the Lakers did a much better job of keeping those 2 guys in check in front of them and making them do more damage from the outside. The Spurs cooled off drastically, down to 44%. The Lakers still struggling from the field. Not a lot of free throws in the game. It would be nice if the Lakers could make more than 5 out of 9. Rebounds in favor of the Spurs, and points off of turnover favor the Lakers, despite the Spurs, and the Spurs have the 10 turnovers. So good first or last part of the first half. Let's see how they do the first part of the third quarter.
Yeah, the defense really did come around for the Lakers as they held the Spurs to just 6 for their last 26. Let's check in. John Ireland, what's the latest, John?
Joel, I just talked to the Laker coaches, and they pointed out what you just pointed out. I asked, how did you get back in this thing when it seemed like it was going to be a blowout? And they said, simple. We controlled the game defensively. You guys talked about the turnovers. You guys talked about the points off the turnovers. And most of all, the fact that the Lakers got in the passing lanes. That's what the emphasis was at halftime. Play that type of defense. We'll take over the transition game, and maybe we can get ahead in this thing. The Lakers haven't led since they led 2-0. They feel they can take charge if they can keep up with their defensive presence. Back to you for now.
All right, John. And this is a team, you've got to play defense against the San Antonio Spurs. They come into the game, and that's one of their strong suits. They're always tough. They're 6th best and fewest points allowed. Lamar, he started to look like a different player in the second quarter, and that should bode well in the second half. And let's face it, the second half has been great for the Lakers over the last couple.
Well, the second half is of the last 2 games for the Lakers have been productive, as they've scored over 60 points in each of those games versus the Sonics and the Nets. So let's see if they can continue with that kind of offensive production here in this game, because they're going to need it against this Spurs team.
Well, right away, Smush Parker with a foul to start going after the ball. So that's his 3rd foul. Now Bowen off a wall. Duncan. And Starovich battered it out. Cook kept it away from Duncan.
So Cook just outworked Duncan that time, moved the ball quickly.
So the Lakers' first possession of the second half. And Lamar strong again. Little floater, not a bad idea. Mim back up. He's fouled. It'll be a reach. 2 are there. They'll give it to Duncan. So Duncan gets his 2nd foul.
Rarely do you see Tim Duncan spectating, but I thought that time he was flat-footed and spectating, not really ready to go after that rebound, as he started to go for the block on Lamar, but then ended up fouling Chris Mim, and Chris makes the first of 2.
And I thought the same thing, but they changed it. They gave it to Bowen instead for the reach from behind, not in front where Duncan was. So Duncan still with 1. That is Bowen's first.
Is there some rule that you can't give him more than 1?
Yeah, I think that only at home. Mim comes through. Lakers down by 3. Lakers were up 2-0. Then it was 8-2 before you could blink your eye. It was that quick for the Spurs at the outset.
17-point lead at one time for the Spurs. So they're down to 3 now. So you can see the Lakers, they've dug in defensively a lot better.
Now Duncan got Cook out of position, and Cookie held on.
That's why
Brian Cook with the hold.
That's why you don't commit your dribble for the sake of dribbling. You dribble the basketball with a purpose. Duncan got it faced up, faked the shot. Cookie bit on the play. Duncan still had a dribble left, and that's why Cook had to reach out and touch something.
So that's 2 early team fouls on the Lakers in the quarter. You talked about not many free throws. Let's keep it that way. Ginóbili on his offhand with a step back, usually automatic, and Bowen is that close. He gets it 15 feet away. Ginóbili with the bucket. And he is now 4 of 7 with 9 points. Dangerous pass, Ginóbili. Good stiff arm to keep Lamar from driving. Now deep one for Cook.
Too quick.
Yeah.
Because Duncan was there, challenged the shot, and the ball was well off the mark. The Lakers had nobody in rebound position.
Duncan forcing contact as he's clipped by Cook. That's Bryant's third.
That's a tough matchup for anybody, especially a young player like Brian Cook, getting to really go up against one of the premier power forwards in the league, in Tim Duncan. So it's a learning process for Brian, and I'm sure he'll come out of this game a little wiser for it.
He's only 29 years old, his 9th year from Wake Forest. As Tim Duncan, he's had issues there, and he misses the first free throw. In fact, on his career, he is 69%. Last year, 67%. It's been a roller coaster ride for him. A few years ago, he was at 72%. He misses both. Lamar coming down, and Lamar in double figures on the board now. That is his 10th.
That's nothing new for Lamar. He's almost an automatic double-figure rebounder.
I'd like to see him post up Lamar against Ginóbili.
Oh, absolutely.
They haven't exploited that. Now Kobe working on Bowen, the follow-in, a tough one, straightaway, and Nesterovic and Ginóbili at it. It'll be Ginóbili with a rebound. But that's a mismatch the Lakers have not really capitalized on. Ginóbili beyond the arc. They washed out Lamar. Nesterovic just kept walking him down off the pick. Timeout, Lakers.
Well, the one thing you have to do is you have to help. And if you don't give help, you're going to hear about it from your coach. 10:09 to play, and Manu Ginóbili has opened the lead back again. The Lakers now trail 48-40.
Downtown San Antonio. Beautiful afternoon for walking along the river walk, that is. As Tim Duncan and the Spurs all of a sudden back up by 8 after the Lakers cut the deficit, come out with a trap. Parker will beat that over the top. Now Kobe on the move, hit from behind, doesn't get the finger roll. Mid keeps it alive, and it goes across to Parker.
A good job by the Lakers of breaking that pressure, and the defense of the Spurs did a good job also of challenging Kobe's shot.
Duncan too strong and knocked out of bounds by 2 Lakers. So the Lakers fought themselves for that one. Lamar Odom and Brian Cook had the position on Nesterovic. No communication.
You rarely see coaches get upset at that particular kind of play, where you have 2 guys going after it versus everybody standing and watching.
Ginóbili over Odom. And it'll be chased down by Cook.
That was good defense by Lamar Odom. Isolation play against Manu Ginóbili, and he really forced him into a difficult shot.
Ball last touch by Mim. Another turnover for the Lakers.
See, now Lamar was going to the basket. Chris Mim was going also thinking of the shot going up. He's going to be in a rebounding lane, but Lamar got shut off and tried to pitch it to Chris, and Chris wasn't ready for it. The ball went over his head, so turnover for the Lakers.
Tough part for the Lakers, though. They called the timeout, and 2 empty trips out of the timeout. Ginóbili not ready for that. It was thrown. He vacated a spot, was coming back to help Tony Parker. So both teams, well, back-to-back giveaways. Turnover-wise, that's 11 on the Spurs, 8 on the Lakers. Now to the Lakers capitalize, or a +7 in points off mistakes.
Now they got Lamar on the box, but Nesterovic helping out.
Shading to that side, Lamar with the offensive foul. Elbowing out. Ginóbili, it just took too long. It was like slow motion.
Well, again, Ginobili's one of those guys that can really pester you down on the box when you're trying to box him out. He'll stick his chin in there and take it. That time, Lamar trying to get rid of him gets called for the offensive foul. Once you get a player there, seal him, put the pressure on your teammates to recognize the passing lane. They improve the lane, and you stay right there.
Ginóbili, Lamar changed that shot a little bit. Boy, the length of Lamar. And Ginóbili chirping on his way down the floor. Kobe needs some help. Needs to push Parker. Lamar on the move. Spinning over to Nesterovic. Now Mim keeps it alive, and Cook lost it on his way out. Still no shot clock change. Right. It never touched the rim. Lamar on the follow away. Again too long. Cook. And there's going to be a loose ball foul. Well, that's an interesting one. Cook was held up, and they say he was the one locking people up.
Well, not the start to the second half that obviously the Lakers thought they would get or wanted to get.
And the Lakers now have to go much smaller with Cook going to the bench with 4 fouls and Walton coming in.
There's that guy, Ginóbili, and again used his arms to put it on the underside of Cook to make it look like Cook was doing the holding.
Right.
And all of a sudden, the foul's called on Bryant, and Bryant goes to the bench with 4.
Legitimate gripe. So he sits down. A little more than 8 minutes left in the third quarter. They're still stuck on 48-40. Bowen stands still. That's what he wants.
Now,
He's not as good off the dribble.
No, he's a catch-shoot guy. Some guys shoot better off the dribble because throughout their playing days, they had it off the dribble. They were the stars, so they kept the ball in their hands. And then you get to this level, and everybody can't have it, so you have to learn how to do some other things.
That's Nesterovic's foul, his 4th. That's only their 2nd team foul, though, on San Antonio. They shoot the rest of the quarter. The Lakers are out of fouls now. Nazr Mohammed comes in. It spun around, and well, Duncan got it last. We know that, but did it clip the under part of the basket?
I mean, Kobe's shot was just about in, but from that angle, it didn't.
Yeah, off Duncan and hit the window. Bottom of the glass. Now Kobe's got the baseline. That's where they funnel him here, and he draws the contact. They always funnel it to the big men. Well, a lot of teams try the paint, but they want them to go to the baseline here.
Most teams do funnel baseline because it cuts down the passing angles. You only have one passing lane when you go baseline, and that's along the baseline. If you go into the middle, there's so many options for you: pass left, pass right, shoot the ball. So a lot of NBA teams like to funnel you along the baseline.
So Kobe shoots 2 with the Lakers down by 11, and let's pause for an update. Opening night of the season seems like yesterday in Denver. We talked about one thing: staying within striking distance in the 4th quarter, staying within 4, 5, 6 points. That's all the Lakers have to do tonight in San Antonio. And the Lakers beat Denver, don't forget, on opening night. They almost take it away on the trap. Now with Bowen attack. Finds Nazr Mohammed in the reverse. That's an athletic move for a big guy.
Yeah, but that's what you do to pressure. Bowen did the right thing. Don't just catch it and wait for someone to hand it to. Attack. You've got numbers. You've got transition basketball.
Odom working against Nazr Mohammed. Smart play. Glasses it home.
Well,
Once he got the switch and Duncan was left out front.
No way Nazr could even think about staying with Lamar around the perimeter. He took him off the dribble quite easily.
Lamar's got 11. Second Laker in double figures. Off the pick. Bowen runs out of room, and Smush takes it away.
See, that's why you force baseline. The only passing lane he had was along the baseline, and Smush read the play.
Kobe didn't have the numbers. He'll take the jumper. Man, again, tough night for Kobe shooting, as Kobe is now 6 for 21. Lakers still, it's 9-point difference. Kobe takes it away again. Back-to-back takeaways. Parker, now Kobe. He's got Smush running the other way. Man, creating contact with Ginóbili. Smush, teardrop didn't work that time. Good quick release on Nazr Mohammed, so it took the shot blocker out of the equation. They'll get it across before the 8-second count.
The Lakers have had some opportunities.
Yes.
The Spurs have really kept the door ajar enough, but haven't been able to convert.
Ginóbili will get the finger roll. That's what he does maybe better than anybody else, that herky-jerky style.
And that's why you don't like to see guys going to the middle. Gets into the middle, and it just totally breaks down your defense.
His reserve on the All-Stars last year, only his 3rd year in the league. Off the screen to roll again. Lamar working on Nazr Mohammed. The reach from behind by Ginóbili knocked it away. So Michael Finley is going to be coming back into the Spurs lineup.
You know, in the first half, when Michael Finley was out there, he picked up an offensive rebound. Just one, but that one gave him 1,000 offensive rebounds for his career. So that's nice to see from Michael Finley.
Lakers, shot clock, plenty of time. Nazr Mohammed forced that miss off Chris Miff.
Well, Chris had his mind made up. That's where you haven't committed your dribble. A little up fake there. He's got Nazr still flying in the air.
Now Parker, inside he goes. So Tony Parker with the easy one, and all of a sudden it got down to 3. Well, it's a +10 in the wrong direction. It's up to 13, 59-46 San Antonio. Inside of 5 to play in the third quarter. Lakers close quarters well so far, the first 2 tonight. Bowen beat Kobe to the rack. And It goes right to Lamar on the deflection. Timeout, San Antonio.
Popovich upset that the Lakers, a lot of times, though, are beating the Spurs to loose ball situations. As Kobe goes to the rack and thought he got fouled, shoots a ball that doesn't even hit the rim, so I would think he got touched just a little bit. 4:32 to go in the third, and Ginóbili and the Spurs back comfortably in the lead.
Struggling start to the third quarter for the Lakers. Got to get Kobe going. He's 0 for 5 in the quarter. 59-48 Spurs. 4:32 left in the third. And now Kobe is forced into taking a lot of shots so far this season. On average, Stu, 29 a game.
Well, that's the most since Wilt Chamberlain took 30, almost 35 a game back in '62. I think that was the year the big dip averaged 50 points per contest. It's got to be tough to shoot the ball under duress all the time. The guy's already taken 22 shots tonight. The defenses are all geared for him. Double teams. Got to get some added support from the rest of the team.
Almost takeaway. Now Cookies arrive, as you can hear in the background. Compliments of Sue Stratton. Now Parker, that's the shot you wanted to take.
Absolutely.
And remind him on the floor, keeps it in front.
Hasn't made a shot from the perimeter yet in this game.
Now, the reason he's averaging, Stu, 21 a game now, he's getting to the basket. He's not settling for those. The Lakers have forced him into those tonight. Lamar, three-pointer, can't buy it. Can Smush save it? Yes, he does. And on the run, Smush strong to the hole. Luke Walton on the assist.
And if you're going to
Lakers
attack,
down by 9.
that's the way you attack. And Smush has become very adept that when he gets in there with the bigs, he doesn't try to get too cute. He takes it right into their face and hammers one. That's probably his third or fourth dunk over a big guy this season.
He is the third Laker in double figures tonight. He's got 10. The Lakers staying right there, only down by 9. 3-possession game. Off the Duncan pick. He's working on Lamar now. And that's just good defense. Lamar can't do a thing about a jump hook with that kind of release.
It's a nice looking play by Tim Duncan, but that's one of his bread and butter plays. He's got a few of them too.
Bynum. Run off that. And Lamar off the glass. And Lamar thought there was some contact. He hit the deck. Well, Lamar is going hard to the hole tonight. 7 of 17 from the field. He's got 15.
He's turning the corner on his strong hand as well. And if they're going to continue to let Lamar do that, he has to look to do just that.
Now Duncan isolated again, so Smush hangs around. They reverse it. Take away Kobe. Lazy pass across the paint. Kobe, a
dangerous pass in basketball.
Kobe hit on his way and hits the side of the window. Parker got away with a lot of contact on the low side. Good play by Tony Parker. He can get away with it. He goes the distance. Pinned by Andrew. Find him with a stop. He gets the block. Kobe, the stutter step, goes to the rack against Duncan. He'll shoot 2.
He faked Duncan into thinking he was going to go to the other side of the glass to take the shot. And Tim Duncan was thinking, I got this one. Just go ahead and try it, Kobe, and I'll block it just like Andrew Bynum blocked Tony Parker on the other end. Parker says, this is my bread and butter play. And Andrew says, you haven't seen me on the defensive yet, have you? I'm only 18. You'll see a lot of me in the years to come. I talked about smushing his attack of the basket. When he goes, he goes.
Kobe can make it. A 7-point ball game. Kobe at the free throw line. That's where he gets his points so far in the quarter. He's got 16, 4 and 4 at the stripe, and now 4 of 5.
Well, Robert Horry, everybody knows and loves Robert, member of 6 championship teams. 2 with the Rockets back-to-back, and of course a triple with the Lakers, and last season with the Spurs. So wherever Robert goes, seemingly, that's where the championships end up.
4 seasons in Houston. Short time in Phoenix before he threw that towel in Danny Ainge's face. Cedric Sabanos, thank you for Robert Horry. Lake Havasu, or wherever he ended up. 6+ seasons and great ones with the Lakers. Now all of a sudden, we get a touch foul. You know, I've seen guys with arm bars all night on people driving, and then there's a touch foul 30 feet from the basket. Okay.
That was impeding the progress when there. Robert Horry trying to go over and set the screen, and Luke Walton said, I'm not going to just let you waltz over there.
And Phil's up right in front of us.
Well, he just wants the same call on the other end. We're saying they're just impeding our progress. So if you're going to make the call, make the call, but be consistent with it on both ends. As Nick Van Exel replaces Tony Parker.
Phil just said he didn't push him as hard. That's Robert Ory. As Ory misses the first of 2. I like that kind of conversation.
Right. Phil can have some real great dialogue with the officials. Robert Ory, one of 12 players in NBA history to win at least 6 championships. Wow. What a cast of company that would be. That'd be nice.
So a little more than 2 to play in the third. 62-53. Lakers only down by 9. Kobe off the bottom pick. Working on Ginóbili. Goes for the hole again. And he'll go to the free throw line. Ory came over to help out.
I tell you, Kobe can put a lot of pressure on you defensively just because he's so tenacious. I mean, the guy, most players, what is he, 6 for 22 tonight? Most players, when they're having an off night from the field, you can just see in their demeanor, they just don't have the same pep in their step. You never see that in Kobe's step. I mean, he always plays with just an enormous amount of passion, with an enormous amount of aggression. And that's one of the things that has made him the player that he is.
And that's why GMs around the league say who would they like to have to take the final shot of a game. They always say, most of them say Kobe. By the way, there's a dozen chocolate chip cookies sitting in front of him. Did you order a dozen?
I didn't order any. Well, I take that back. I take that back. At halftime, I did order one.
62-55.
But our great producer, Susan Stratton, has to go from 1 to a dozen.
Now, I'll tell you something. I heard the Missouri Waltz on that Ginóbili drive.
Well, that's his move.
A lot of steps. At 64-55. It's thrown away. Lakers give it away. They're still wondering what just hit him with that Ginóbili Missouri Waltz. Even though we're in Texas. That was 1 to 2 step. It had to be a 3 step.
This is the NBA. I mean, there's no traveling in the NBA.
The Lakers out of fouls. You're beating yourselves with these kind of fouls that Smush Parker just picked up. That's his 4th. And you're sending Van Exel to the free throw line.
And that's a foul that has to be called. I mean, that's a foul.
Right.
Out there, Smush is on the island all by himself, about 65 feet from the basket, and gets contact with Nick Van Exel. So Nick goes to the stripe and knocks down, not the first one. He might knock down the second one. Well, he's going to knock down with the first one is the backboard.
He's 18 feet away. He's a full 3 feet behind the stripe.
That's where Nick has been shooting free throws throughout his pretty much his NBA career.
Aaron McKee, McKee side. So Aaron McKee on the floor for the first time tonight as Smush sits down with 4. Nick gets 1 of 2. Lakers only down by 10, 90 seconds to play. Lakers shooting 32%, 21 of 66, 48%. And that's why I say only down by 10. Now Kobe around Ginóbili up against Muhammad. Makes it look easy.
I tell you, he just flat out comes to play every second.
And he's only got 1 field goal in the quarter. Now Ginóbili kicking it out. Finley and Green. A long 2. It's back to 10, the lead for the Spurs.
Drive and kick, drive and kick.
Finley's got 6 off the bench in 14 minutes. Kobe for 3. A little bit short. Nazr Muhammad with the uncontested glass. So the Spurs 5-1 at home, 10-3 overall. Up by 10 with the basketball. Backdoor Ginóbili. Well, Van Exel found him. And in Ginóbili, he's got a built-in rear-view mirror. It doesn't make any difference where he is on the floor.
That was a nice-looking shot there by Ginóbili. Good eye contact from Nick Van Exel. Perfect pass by Nick, and the easy conversion.
Tough, Aaron McKee. And a hold on Luke Walton and more free throws. So now the Lakers, you were talking about not many free throws. Spurs going back to the line.
You keep talking about that dance or the waltz or whatever you call it. The last play by Ginóbili wasn't a dance or a waltz. It was just finesse, and it was pretty. Back to the basket, lob pass from Van Exel, and just over the shoulder. Nice job.
Lamar Odom's going to be coming in for the final possession for the Lakers. They'll play for the final shot with 23.3 left in the third. The Lakers were down by 5 at the break. Ory up by a dozen for San Antonio, shoots 2.
And needs to make 1.
Bowen in for defensive purposes as Ginóbili sits down. So situational substitutions for both head coaches.
And I really thought that they would bring in, that Phil was sending Lamar in for Andrew Bynum to go small for the final shot, but he replaces Luke Walton.
Now San Antonio now, whether it's a free throw line or inside like Ginóbili, they've scored on their last 6 straight trips. Final shot for the Lakers, trailing by 13. Bynum on the high screen. Now Kobe kicking it out. Tough. Sasha gave it to him. Double team to the corner and calls a timeout with 4.9 to play. Well, the Lakers had 3 full and at 20. It's going to be the Lakers' final 20. They'll take it here.
That's a tough spot again to put Kobe in. He's trapped in the corner. You give him the ball, and he ends up having to call the timeout.
Lakers down by 13. Let's see what they draw up off the grease board. Lamar will bring it in. Kobe, Bynum, McKee, and Sasha are out there.
It'll probably be get it to number 8 and get out of his way.
I like the way you say that. Well, 8's got it. Against Bowen, no shot there. Contact. Kobe flips it home anyway. Minute, make it 1.2 to play. Van Exel doesn't release it in time, even if it goes. Yeah, Kobe jumps into the body of Nazi.
I don't like to keep bringing it up, but Kobe can get no love. I tell you, because there have been contact on a lot of shots in close that doesn't end up with him getting to the free throw line. Goes up, contact. They say that Kobe, you initiated, so we're not going to give you any free throws.
Catching up to do once again for the Lakers on the road as the Lakers are down by 11. Joel Myers, Stu Lance, John Ireland. We're back at the SBC Center in San Antonio for the final 12 minutes of regulation. Numbers, just the third quarter try, Stu.
Well, I mean, and you allow a team to shoot 65%, you're going to find yourself in a hole, and that's what happened with the Lakers as Kobe gets his first rest of the second half. So this unit down by 11, they're going to have to dig in defensively more than anything.
Walton out there with Sasha, Bynum, Odom. Walton is short. Ginobili's got it. Nobody underneath for the Lakers. Bynum was boxed out. So the Lakers with an interesting configuration. Just one starter out there. Lamar Odom to start the 4th. Bowen back to Muhammad on the screen and roll. Muhammad blew the easier. And now downstairs. Can't get it again. Bynum trying to knock it away. It is spiked away by Sasha of all people from behind. Give me a break.
And the Lakers dug in on that trip because Nazi had a number of opportunities to score that time.
Luke Walton setting up Sasha. Wide open 3. Straight on line and long. Well, Sasha again struggling from the outside. He has 1 of 4. Not many of the Lakers doing much from the outside, though, at 31.9%.
Watch the screen and letting Ginóbili get into the middle.
Ginóbili sold that, the hold.
Well, he didn't have to do much selling on that one.
Luke did grab him. Yeah. Luke did grab him, but, you know, he always is so dramatic.
Yeah, and a lot of players don't like that, too. Yeah, a lot of players talk about him and all of his actions on the floor. Flopping down, I shouldn't say flopping, but running into a screen and acting like he ran into an absolute brick wall. So Luke picks up his 5th personal foul. So Luke, they give you 6. You got 1 more to use.
Yeah, Luke 5 at only 22 minutes. Nesterovic back out there. Nazi Muhammad sits down. It'll be Devin Green into the game for the first time. Let's see who's going to come in for. It should be Luke, and it will be. So the Lakers going as deep as they can go in their bench, but it's not the same as bringing Finley and Van Exel. That is, or Robert Horry, thank you.
Got Sasha guarding Manu Ginóbili. I want to see this matchup.
Why do you want to see it? Are you into crashes too? Now it's taken away, believe it or not, from Van Exel. Train wrecks appeal to you. 10:40 left in the fourth. See Andrew Bynum up against Mysterio. I'd like to see him.
Well, he had to repost there. He was too far out. They should have passed it back and then reposted.
No spacing. Doesn't make any difference for Lamar. He almost ran into Bynum on the left side of the block. 70-61. Lakers stay in range. Down by 9. Now the quick catch. Mysterio up against. You know he's going to the strong side. That's his shot. And Andrews got the rebound. He had Mysterio on his back. A loose ball picked up by Sasha.
I like to see the fact that when they get the ball into Roshan Mysterio, the Lakers didn't send that second defender. Let Andrew see if he can handle him by himself. Because if you can play individual defense, it makes your total team defense that much stronger.
What about the mentality of Lamar tonight going to the strong side?
Well, he's got these big guys trying to guard him, and there's no way off the dribble that he should allow that. And he's attacking with aggression. 9:52 to play, and Greg Popovich is saying, look, we've got to call a timeout. We got to find out who can stay in front of number 7, Lamar Odom.
Don't forget to join us. Our next telecast, KCAL 9, will be in Salt Lake City Thursday, 7:30. Lakers taking on the Utah Jazz. And don't forget, Alan and Big Game James, Alan Nassigill, James Worthy, LTV pregame show, a half hour before the matchup. So join us from Salt Lake City. Oh, we miss that Salt Palace, don't we?
Well, one of the things you can look at and really find out if you've got good offensive balance and your offense is clicking is the assists to baskets made ratio. And the Lakers only 8 assists on 25 makes. Lamar rebounding after a subpar game on Sunday with 19 so far tonight, but doesn't have a single assist. He and Kobe, the primary ball handlers for the Lakers, neither one of them have an assist tonight.
Yeah, only 8 assists for the game for the Lakers on 25 makes. Duncan is short on his try. McKee tapped it away. He knew he wasn't going to be able to control it against Mysterio. That was a good direction. The way he maneuvered the ball as Lamar came up with it. So the Lakers only down by 7.
Well, and again, with Lamar being guarded by Tim Duncan, take him out on the perimeter and go right around him.
Sasha wanted Lamar to run the baseline. He does. And he finds Andrew for the floater. Good things are happening tonight with Andrew Bynum on the floor.
As soon as I said Lamar doesn't have an assist, what's he do? Go out and get one.
Now could you talk about Kobe like that? When he gets back and talk about his lack of assists.
Well, Kobe's an offensive player. He's the guy that's looking to attack. But, you know, in defense of Lamar, and Kobe for that matter, when they do pass the ball, if they pass it to me and I don't make a shot, they're not going to get an assist. So it's important that I convert the pass. The Lakers as a team only shooting 33%, so not a lot of makes made.
Aaron McKee on the foul. Lakers have 2 team fouls. Spurs do not have a team foul. Ginóbili all the way. Too easy. You can see it coming. Nobody stopped him after Sasha was picked off outside.
And turning his the corner to his strong hand again. Ginóbili using that floater on the left.
Lamar almost lost it. Latham Duncan almost got to it. Now Lamar with a long deuce. Rolls out for Ginóbili. 72-65. Lakers down by 7 as Kobe's ready to come back in. Finley had the look up against Devin Green. Give Duncan a touch. Duncan backing down. And look, I think Andrew got it. I think Bynum blocked it. Now here comes McKee avoiding Ginóbili in the backcourt. That'll be the second block of the game for Andrew. More than 8 minutes to play. Ton of time for the Lakers.
The problem with that being a block for Andrew, even though he got a piece of it, if it gets to the rim and touches the rim, you don't get credit for a block shot.
Now Andrew, soft touch on a little hook, but came up short. Van Exel, early in the shot clock, wasn't going to take this free. Finley taking the Duncan pick off the dribble, usually, and it is money in the bank. He loves it off the guy at hand in rhythm. 7:40 and counting.
Very good shooter off the dribble because he elevates still. With all these years he's been in the league, he can still elevate on that jump shot.
Aaron McKee going away for the pick, gets it right back to big man Bynum. Off the glass, Andrew Bynum. Lakers down by 7, 74-67. I think I like the kid a little. He's got 6 and 6.
Good job by Aaron McKee of finding Andrew with the score.
Now Duncan against Lamar. Andrew tried to change it. He got it away before Andrew could close.
Well, that was too far to have to get to it anyhow. If Andrew gets to that one from that distance, it's going to be goaltending.
Back to a 9-point lead, 76-67. Lakers have to get some stops. Devin Green with Lamar out top. Lamar trying to lose Duncan. Good job. Leaves it off for Andrew. Andrew can't finish. Kept it alive, though. And Lamar gets it back. Andrew's got to get out of the paint. He does. Fresh shot clock for the Lakers. Timeout, Lakers. So Bynum didn't get it to go, but still, I like everything I see, Stu.
Well, good job, and I like the aggression by which Andrew Bynum is playing. We've got the timeout on the court. Still 6:40 to play, and the Lakers trying to cut into a 9-point deficit. Well, Spurs lead by 9, and at the beginning of the game, one of the things we talked about was the depth of the Spurs bench, and that the Laker bench, as short as it may have been, they had to try to stay even or at least stay close to the Spurs bench. Nick Van Exel, one of those off the bench. Of course, Nazim Muhammad comes in off the bench. Michael Finley off the bench. And their bench has produced some points. Laker bench only 9 points, and the Spurs bench coming in with 21. Bynum still out on the floor, has 6 points in the game. Obviously, the most he's scored in the NBA.
Lamar trying to follow his zone, hits the deck. And Parker comes up with it. Parker almost kicked it away. Finley had Duncan. Wanted to go there. Bynum locked up with him and pushing him way out. It'll still be Duncan. The glass is up. And the break for the Lakers, although it's tipped out by Nesterovich. The Spurs do not have a team foul yet. Halfway through.
Come on, they haven't fouled anybody.
The fourth quarter. Okay. And now we've got Aaron McKee picking up the third team foul of the Lakers. Working underneath. I had to bring it up.
Well, Aaron McKee guarding Michael Finley that time. Michael trying to make a move from weak to strong off the stack. And Aaron McKee, they said, you can't hold him like that.
Now Duncan, 5 of 11, only has 10 points. Averages almost 22 a game. Over Lamar, not going to be close. And Lamar did a good job. Duncan just out of sorts tonight. Boy, he looks like he's lost some weight to me as well.
Yeah, his shot hasn't been very fluid at all tonight. He's coming out of his hands differently.
Lamar, the quick catch and shoot, does it again. How about Lamar's turnaround tonight? After 1 for 11, Lamar has got a double-double, 22 and 14, and Stu 7 of the 14 rebounds on the offensive end.
That was a triple that time as he reared up on Tim Duncan. So nice bounce-back game by Lamar.
It's only a 6-point deficit for the Lakers, 76-70. Finley off the moving pick and gets it again.
Well, he's still good, I tell you. Oh, good. Michael Finley with that scowl on his face, thinking that he should have been going to the charity stripe, but nice looking jump shot off the dribble.
Lakers got to get more stops. Down by 8, Kobe. Doubled as they funnel him down to Nesterovich. Got it back for Bynum. And it's going to be a hold. There's the first team foul. It'll be called on Bowen. It's amazing. Bruce Bowen just got his second foul of the game.
He's not guarding anybody. He's guarding Kobe. I mean, Kobe's not a scorer. Come on.
Kobe's got a welt on his forehead from Bowen. That last play of the third quarter, he got fouled twice. Bowen got it across the top of the head. It was a welt.
I like that, Kobe's demeanor is such that, even though he knows he's getting hacked on a lot of plays, he's not a guy that complains a lot. When he starts to complain, the officials ought to really think about, well, wait, maybe we did miss something here.
Yeah, you're right, though. He really does play through it. Now, 7 on the shot clock. Lakers, important trip. Inside of 5 left. Sasha, deep 3. Unbelievable. Okay, 78-73. Maybe this is something meant to be in this one tonight.
Well, a lot of these Spurs fans know if they let the Lakers hang around till the end, what can happen.
Where's Fish?
.4.
Where's Fish?
.4.
Duncan. Finley looking way too much space. There's a break, and McKee gets the rebound. Aaron coming up with Kobe. Well, they've got the double coming over. Bynum wanted to give him a kick. Now working back to Sasha. The hot hand. He'll penetrate. Goes to the rack. And Bynum tried to keep it alive. It's taken away by Duncan. I do like what Sasha did. Everything but blowing the layup. and it was contested.
Well, at least he went to the rack thinking that he was going to be a scorer. Went in, didn't make the shot. But maybe that's the kind of a play that will get him the kind of confidence in that move that he'll do it more often.
And he almost takes it away, and he does. And where's that foul? Sasha smacked it right on top of the ball. They call it on Sasha. Now, the man who was looking directly at it, Jack Neese, didn't make it, but Derek Collins back on the baseline.
Well, Sasha blindsides him. Comes down, hits nothing but ball. And the official that made the call actually was blocked out by not only Duncan, but Sasha as well, body-wise, as Chris Mim comes in for Andrew Bynum, who really did a good job while he was on the floor.
Yes. Lakers are out of fouls. Now Sasha picked off Parker all the way to the basket. You knew that was coming off the pick. They didn't stop the ball. 80-73. 3.5 to play. So the Lakers out of fouls. Only one team fouled on San Antonio. Kobe up against Bowen. And, wow, a whistle. Bowen gets his third.
Bowen said, you call on that now? I've been doing that to him since the tip.
Right, but it's late. I mean, you've left him on the floor all night doing that is the point.
Isolation play over there, and Bruce Bowen reaches in and gets a little contact, and they blow the whistle, and Kobe didn't even feel that. He said, that's nothing compared to what I've been getting.
Kobe for three, way too long. As he was leaning on that jumper. So Ginóbili the other way. Duncan, early set as a repost. Clear out on that side. Lamar's done a good job for the most part tonight. Duncan, though, gets it down and uses the right hand.
Well, he couldn't use the left hand because it was in captivity there. Someone had taken it and held on to it. So good concentration by Tim. He goes in. He wants to go with the spin and go up and uses one hand off the dribble. A scoop shot with the right hand as the left was being locked up a little bit by Lamar Odom.
That's what you call an all-star move. You can get away with it. Do it. 3:03 left, and Duncan with the three-point play to make it a 10-point game. So the Lakers hanging around, but running on a racing rate. Kobe again, the same play. Inside he goes. No contact, but he gets the deuce. Not much. 83-75.
Just takes it right into the chest of everybody.
Well, if the Lakers get a couple of stops here, it could be interesting. Plenty of time left. And it's a walk. Well, there's one stop, an empty trip thanks to Ginóbili's walk.
2:36 to play in the fourth. The Spurs holding on to a 8-point advantage as Tim Duncan showing that who needs to use their left hand when they've got the right, as he worked and scored.
The 2005-2006 Lakers Special Edition calendar featuring Laker players with the dogs of the Amanda Foundation. Be ordered now for $20 at Lakers.com or Ralph's stores. $16.99. Your Ralph's Club card, $14.99. And the best part, proceeds benefiting the Lakers Youth Foundation and the Lakers are going to make a donation to the Amanda Foundation. Lakers only down by 8 with the basketball. And still, regardless of what happens tonight, two things stand out for me. The play of Andrew Bynum off the bench, who's got career best 6 points, 6 boards, 20 minutes of work, and really was a positive in a lot of ways. Got a couple of blocks as well. And Lamar Odom's bounce back night, the way he has played out there.
Yeah, Lamar came back with some real aggression tonight and put up some numbers here with 22 points. More importantly, he's taken 22 shots, and that's a lot of shots for Lamar, only because he's not a guy that looks to shoot the ball that much. You had him, and the Lakers as a team have 85 total shots. Kobe and Lamar have 50 of the 85.
Shooting only 35% compared to almost, well, a little over 48% for the Spurs. Lamar on a crossover, jumps it out. Sasha off the bench for 3. Yes, and he's fouled by Tony Parker. Opportunity for the 4-point play.
4-point play for Sasha. Boy, I tell you again, Lamar setting the table off the dribble, gets into the paint, and the defense just starts to suck in a little bit, trying to protect the paint. Lamar finds him, and Tony Parker trying to run at him, runs right into him, and splash. That counts for 3. Put him on the line for 1, and just like that, free throw can make this a 4-point game.
Well, how many times do you come out of a break? You're down by 8, and one possession can cut it in half. That's a rarity. And Andrew Bynum in now for Chris Mim.
Now this is interesting to me. You're looking at possibly a 4-point game, and Phil Jackson has enough confidence in the 18-year-old to put him in on the defensive end. This is a play where he's coming in when the Lakers are going to be on the defensive end. So that's interesting.
Strong game for Sasha, too. He's got 10, and he's in 3 of his 4 3-point attempts. Now, can he stay in front of Parker? Here comes the pick. Bynum bends him out well on the pick and roll. Duncan asking for it against Bynum. They isolate. 8 on the shot clock. Kobe shadowed. Kobe did a good idea coming over. Now it's down to Finley, and he walked to the basketball, and well, he got it off in time. I thought it was going to be a shot clock violation. A break for the Lakers off the front of the rim. Kobe off the pick from Lamar.
Better find Sasha.
Kobe all the way on the fall away, and it was blocked away. So Kobe, a difficult one on a double, did not give it up to a teammate.
Puts the Lakers in a position where they need another, obviously a major stop here as they trail by only 4.
Now the ball knocked away, and they're going to call the reach, I believe, on the floor on Bynum.
Doesn't really matter.
Because they shoot 2 anyway. Ginóbili goes to the line, one of their better free throw shooters. That'll be the 3rd on Andrew.
And that's a play once you get a guy into the middle like that and you got your defense set, then try to take the charge. Don't reach in trying to make the steal.
Yeah, with the Lakers down by 4, Ginóbili at the line. Let's pause for an update. Ginóbili, 80% free throw shooter, gets both. The Lakers back down by a 6-2 possession game, 85-79.
Not enough time on the clock to just walk it up and use up more of the time you have.
Kobe right back from Bynum, matching up with Bowman again. Bowman in his grill, weaving his way to the rack. Off the window is short, kept the lob on Lamar, but across the rim it goes, and a foul is going to be called. It'll be Lamar. More free throws for the Spurs.
Well, with only a minute and 15 to go, and the Spurs going back to the charity stripe as Kobe tries to get into the paint and get some production. No push by Duncan there.
No, not on his hip at all. And the Spurs, they're not out of fouls yet. They still have a foul to give.
They may not have to. Finley shooting free throws. While he's shooting these free throws, Russell Kadani is one of the Laker Emmy Award-winning feature producers. He did tonight's tease, as a matter of fact. You know how good that one was. Well, I want to say happy birthday to his mother, Faye. Faye Kadani's birthday today. Happy birthday, Faye, and you've got yourself quite a son in Russell. Well, he does a magnificent job.
Agreed. Minute 15 to play. Man, Finley makes it now. An 8-point lead. So the Lakers got it down to 4. On Sasha's 3 in the free throw. 2 empty trips now and 4 free throws by the Spurs.
Well, the Spurs look like they're going to hold on for this one after leaving the door open despite the 4-point play by Sasha. It doesn't seem to be quite enough.
The Lakers hung around, but now free throws have hurt them down the stretch. San Antonio back up by 8. Minute 15 left. Yes. The Lakers 5-7 coming in. Losers 6 of their last 8. We'll have the basketball on the offensive end. We've seen magic before. Let's see if it occurs again. Yeah, the guys that we figured were going to hurt have not been as big a factor going in as we anticipated. Duncan below his average, so is Parker. Now the back door, Lamar's got it against the smaller man, but Duncan's waiting. It's out to Kobe. Kobe over Finley, way strong. And good tap, Luke Walton. Now Sasha kicks it out. Lamar's beyond the arc for a 3. And Lamar does it. Minute to play. Lamar brings the Lakers back within 5, 87-82. Odom down to 25.
Now you get in a position where you got to foul. You got to foul Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
Their star.
Well, absolutely. And put doubt in his mind again.
But you don't want to foul. You want to get this stop without it. Block. Yeah, you were a little
got
late.
there late.
Yeah, that time I thought he was late. Good idea, though, by Sasha. He just was a half step late and making his move. So that's going to send Ginóbili to the stripe where, you know, he's a pretty good free throw shooter. He's only 2 out of 2 tonight. So maybe I can jinx him. No, I don't believe in jinxes, but my mailbox doesn't prove that.
Yeah, the Lakers have taken 90 shots compared to 76 for San Antonio. The roll is not there off the lip of the rim for Ginóbili in this 5-point game. But the Lakers still down at 35% compared to 47%. That's hard to believe. This late in the game. Here comes Kobe. The door is open.
And he wasn't even close on either one.
Now Kobe off the mid pick, and it's going to be a foul. But the Spurs, as I said, they're not out of fouls. The Lakers don't shoot. Well, this is their first in the final 2 minutes.
39 seconds. They knew they had the foul to give, so Bowen did the right thing. Screen coming. He almost just reaches out and grabs him. And just be possession to the Lakers. 18 on the shot clock. 5-point ball game. Obviously it'd be nice to have a 3, but you just need a quick strike here. And then foul again.
Odom was underneath, looking Kobe in deep territory. Ridden by Ginóbili. Got to make a decision here. Wait for the mid pick. It's over. Duncan. Too strong. Lamar's got to go back up quickly. He does. And the Lakers are back within 3. Now they have to foul with 23.5 to play.
Yeah, but you got to pick. Get him. You can't pick and choose. You got to foul.
Right away.
Foul anybody.
And Finley almost lost it. Will he get it across the line? Barely. There's the man to foul, though. Tim Duncan, 15.4 to play.
As it turns out, they fouled the right guy, but they allowed, what, almost 10 seconds to get off, or no, about 6 seconds to get off the shot clock, or the game clock.
And it was close to an 8 count.
Very close.
Barely got across into Duncan's hands.
It was very close. Duncan goes to the line. He was there 3 times in this game, and he's 1 out of 3. So they only remember the last one. So if he makes these 2, they'll think he's the greatest.
Way above average this year at 80% on his free throws. And boy, every bit of the rim of the glass. If it doesn't hit the glass, it doesn't stay down.
You say
that's slowed it down.
Way above average? Well, the season's early.
He is now 2 for 4 tonight. 2-possession game. Unless they can foul Sasha again, taking the 3. I doubt that. And Duncan will get both. Timeout Lakers. So they played it tough down the stretch.
Down again. They're trying to make that climb up the hill throughout the course of a game. It's just too much pressure to put on an undermanned team.
Now the Lakers have held the Spurs to only 1 field goal over the last 3.5 minutes, but San Antonio has lived to the free throw line down the stretch. 15.4 to play as the Lakers are out of timeouts. Trailing by 5 now, 89-84. More and more, it looks like it's going to be the 6th consecutive win for the Spurs over the Lakers during the regular season. And that's without Duncan and Parker on their games tonight.
But that's what happens when you have a lot of good balance, though. You can have a couple of your guys be off their game, and you still have some, stability on the offensive end. That's what this Spurs team gives you. You've got so many different people that can hurt you.
Kobe barely saves it, almost out of bounds. Now Kobe going over Bowl with the 3. Too strong. Lamar, he'll take a 15-footer, and that'll do it. Man with the foul on Duncan. So the Spurs will survive. Duncan goes to the stripe as the Lakers, they only led once in this game, 2-0.
You only want to lead once if you have to, and that's at the end.
Well, that was the problem. It was at the very beginning.
They led at the beginning. You want to lead at the end.
So Duncan will go to the free throw line. Tough second half. Kobe, I like the way Kobe just plays through it. You talked about it. He was cracked all night long and just played through it. But a tough second half. 3 of 15. Where's that from Duncan when the Lakers needed it the previous trip? 3 of 15 for Kobe in the second half.
So 2.5 seconds ago, Duncan can relax at the line. He doesn't even need to make any of them.
90-84, Sasha. And that'll do it. So a 6-point win for the Spurs over the Lakers.
Again, though, one of the things that was talked about coming out of the gate early, didn't happen. And when you play at this game at this level, you can't come out of the gate slow and expect to come back.
Yeah, it was catch-up, as you mentioned, all night long for the Lakers. They trailed by 17 in the first quarter, and they did battle back. Got it to within 3, but that was as close as we'd see it in the second 24 minutes of play. So the Lakers now at 5-8 after the loss Thursday night. Next game right here on KCAL 9 in Salt Lake City. Sports 2 Last John Ireland. I'm Joel Myers. So long from the SBC Center. Final score against Spurs 90. Lakers 84. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night, everybody.